All right, good evening, YouTube. Please forgive my lighting. I'm doing this at night. So I just saw Empire, season 3, episode 1. So I'm going to try to do this. I'm kind of tired, but I promise I'll do it. I'm going to do it tonight. I don't want to be the last one to review it. All right. So should I just do the problems first? Okay. There's two problems I want to say right off the top, and it's not that I'm saying the whole thing was bad or anything like that, but I want to get this off my chest. I just saw it a few minutes ago. Okay, problem number one. I talked about this when I made a video earlier about them rushing through some of these storylines. Okay, this time, the very first scene, this happens again. Okay, so all right, so the episode opens with Jamal. The wedding has just happened, so there's no space between last season and this season. We're in exactly in the same scene basically. So Jamal is taken off in the wedding limousine. I mean Rolls Royce, whatever. And I'm not sure if the body drops on his car or another car behind it, but Rhonda comes flying out the window. I mean, okay. When we left off the other last season, Rhonda and Anika were fighting. Rhonda had attacked Anika because she knew she had murdered her baby. She had caused her to have his miscarriage and pushed her down the steps. Okay, so Anika came out on top of that because Rhonda came flying out of the window and smashed into either the Rolls Royce hood or another car. Because he might have already pulled off because he shows up at that other singer girl, Rihanna type personality. He shows up at her house drunk. So anyway, so I was complaining about before was rushing these scenes. Now this woman just she is murdered in front of everybody. I mean, the whole wedding party is there, and this girl is just murdered. She didn't just jump off the window or balcony wherever she came from. But they say absolutely nothing about the fact that this girl has just died. I mean, this is a part of their family, and no one says anything about it. It's barely even mentioned. This girl has just died. So they just skip right through that, and that was so tacky. So I'm gonna just get. It's only two issues, real issues that I had with this episode. I'm gonna get them out of the way so I can concentrate on the rest of the show. Okay, so there's hardly a mention past that. All right, so up on the balcony. Meanwhile, up on the balcony, I'll come back to my second issue in a minute. But meanwhile, up on the balcony, Andre is got Anika by the throat, and he is choking her because she has just murdered his wife. He's choking her, and her water breaks while he's choking her. She's rushed to the hospital. He saves her. He comes to himself, picks her up, carries her, saves her life instead of strangling her. And they all up in the hospital. Okay, so now while Anika is giving birth, they have her on the emergency table. She's 6 weeks 6 weeks premature. So they're forcing the birth. Lucius sees the police heading towards the operating room, and he goes out in front of them. He's able to get into the operating room because that is his wife, and he gets right up on her face, not to comfort her or to help her through. Remember, she's in labor now. She's pushing as he's doing this. He gets right on top of her and whispers to her a story of what happened on that balcony. The story that she is to give to the cops, and with unveiled threats if she didn't. So he's pressuring her right when she's giving birth to this baby. I mean, it's heavy, it's high drama. I just don't know how realistic that is. And this girl, she anyway, they're gonna say she was self-defense and all that, but she murdered that girl. She murdered her. Okay, so all right, now we got that out of the way. Let's go on to the story. All right, Cookie's pissed about the marriage. She doesn't want Lucius to be marrying Anika. Remember now, for most of the show up until this point, her and Lucius have always kind of been kind of flirtatious with each other a little bit. I mean, they were married, they were each other's first love, and all that kind of things. And they had these 3 kids together, but there was never any heavy romance between them. They might have made love a couple of times in the whole series, but uh, last season they were starting to be some serious talk about them getting back together. And Lucius comes up with this brilliant idea to marry Anika, so he wouldn't have to give, uh, she couldn't testify against him, which is so bogus. I mean, are the feds going to believe that this marriage is not a sham? So they assign his brother, which brings me to issue number 2. Would the FBI have the FBI agent who is the biological brother of the subject investigating his case? I mean, there's no other FBI. It's just this guy Tariq. He's revealed last season that he is actually his half brother, and his mother, the mother is living with Lucius. There's no way in hell that would happen. That's a total conflict of interest. There's no way you would have the FBI agent investigating his own brother and his family. So now his big thing now is to prove that this wedding is a sham. Well, it doesn't take a very smart person to figure that out. But so they're gonna go through the whole thing of, pretending to be married and having a dinner and giving her a peck on the cheek. That's what you would do with a total stranger. But I mean, it's obvious. I mean, this decision was made uh, in an instant. They were all at the wedding. All right, so now I'm going from this point. I'm going to go by character and try to. Okay, so she's pissed about the marriage. Tariq shows up at her house. Both her sisters are there. Remember, she's got 2 sisters. They're both there, and they keep bringing up the subject of Tariq. Tariq, and she peeps it. She said, "Why do you guys keep bringing up his name?" And so, right when she peeps that they're trying to set her up to meet with him, she decides it's time for them to go. So she's throwing both her sisters out. She opens the door, and guess who? Tariq. So of course he wants her to play ball with him and rat out Lucius. I mean, it's TV drama kind of stuff. It's totally different from the way they started last time. Last time they just flooded all these celebrities in there. They didn't do it this way that way this time at all. This time it's just drama after drama after drama. And so of course she's not going to play ball with him. But she's very jealous of this marriage. Every time Lucius pays any attention to Anika, they show her face, and to show she's having an attitude about it. She tells Lucius at some point that she's only wants to be a part of the music, but as far as the 2 of them, there's nothing happening. So give her space. He agrees to that. Okay, Jamal has a very good song on current events. Okay, so Jamal's healthy again. He's complaining about maybe a little pain in his stomach, but he says he's about a 5 on a scale of 10. But he's supposed to sing at this big event. They have a set song they want him to sing, but he wants to do this song about it's a combination of Black Lives Matter, Orlando, the terrorist attack, and many of those guys have been killed recently. So all of these current events are mixed into this song. And he goes to perform it at this big event, and he has a flashback of the shooting coupled with a panic attack. So he can't perform. He's rushed from the stage. This other girl with this Mac Daddy, what's his name? Remember the gangster guy? Okay, the gangster guy that was introduced last time. What's his name? Shine. He's got this girl. He treats her like it's one of his whores or something, because he gives her he treats her like that. He treats her kind of bad. But she's an artist, and so she takes the mic and somehow or other knows the song, and she does that same song about current events. And so Lucius, of course, is angry with Jamal for having a panic attack after he's just been shot. They don't seem to mind getting shot in these things at all. All right. Okay. So Jamal, incident on stage. The girl's performance, I wouldn't even call it a performance. Like all of the talent so far in this series has always been spot on, very good. I thought her performance was weak. I didn't see anything special about her performance at all. So I don't know if she's going to be a part of the a new member of the cast or not. They may have a little bit for her because they're presenting it as that she did this wonderful performance, and it's going to bring this gangster back into the company. But it didn't impress me at all. Jamal, when he sang a song, was very good. I wish people would stop writing Jesse about his voice. I think he's a remarkable singer. He's got a remarkable range, and he was doing a very good job of that song. So anyway, this particular episode wasn't necessarily about Jamal. Lucius is involved in his business. They're going on. Never mind the fact that Rhonda's just been killed, and his marriage is just. There's no mention of the marriage being canceled at all. Marriage over. This girl is being killed, and the girl's water is broke while she's being strangled. They move right on past all of those stories, and it kind of dumps down the series to me, to have these flash storylines. They happen, and then you blink and they're over, and they just go on like that didn't happen and go on to the next drama, where it diminishes the quality of the piece to me. Anyway, so Akeem shows up at the girl. I forget her name. She's like a Rihanna type character. I think her name is very similar to Rihanna, the young girl who's with Empire. Uh, Akeem, he shows up at her house drunk, starts taking his pants off. She says no, but so she's still a part of the new cast. Okay, so just like they're cutting the camera to Olive Cookie's reactions whenever he's around Anika or has any interaction with Anika, they're also doing the exact same thing with Akeem whenever Lucius touches or makes mention of the child, because the child is actually Hakeem's. He's the one impregnated Anika, but Lucius is claiming the baby. Now, in two ways, he's claiming it for the sake of this FBI agent who they're trying to impress that this is a real marriage, which was just such bullshit. I mean, they just had a marriage when it wasn't even their wedding. Somebody else, they just threw it together as the FBI was coming in. So anyway, but he's doing it for that reason. But also, Lucius is he's taking over this child like it is his child, like he's just going to take the boy's baby. So that's what we get just from body language. Every time Lucius touches the child, they cut to Akeem's face. So, okay. Now, okay, the baby's name is Bella. As I said, Anika killed Rhonda. They were fighting and one went over, so we didn't see the actual, which actually went over. So I guess they could frame it as they were fighting. The other one tried to kill her, and then she got herself killed, kind of thing. Whichever. Only one went over that balcony, though. Okay, I think I've already mentioned that she's 6 weeks premature. She gives the baby is healthy. They announced at the in the operating room that it's a girl, which she told Lucius that it was a boy. So she lied. So she's manipulative right down to the wire, because she definitely told him that it was a boy, and he believed her. And so there's a scene where they're making eye contact when the doctor announces that it's a girl. He's not pleased with that at all, but Anyway, he still wants the grandchild. All right. Andre, very low. I don't know. Andre, his wife's just been murdered. He did have a reaction to it where he tried to murder Anika, which he should have murdered her. But he's staying with Jamal, his brother, and he's having this, I guess, anxiety attack when he's alone in a room in Jamal's house. And then he has a vision, and it is his wife, Rhonda, who's being very sarcastic. And I mean, it's something in his mind. It's a visitation in his mind. But it looks like we may have a ghost in this season because it appears that uh, it's almost like a haunting. She's got on the same dress she had on when she was murdered and all this, telling him how he messed up. Because remember, he didn't stand by her when she accused Anika of killing their baby and trying to kill her. All right, so Jamal walks in on him. Jamal walks. This monster. All right, now here's the most obvious murder. Okay, this dude Shine, the gangster. He breaks into the studio when Akeem is recording this rap song. Right, breaks in, takes over the studio. He starts messing with the equipment. There's a producer or sound tech in the booth, and so he calls the boy over and just beats him down with a laptop. I mean, really beats him down with a laptop. Very violent scene, and they allow that to happen. There's no pushback by Lucius with that at all, and they allow him to uh, produce or work with Akeem on this new rap song, and with this girl who is his girl. He treats everybody like they're all his property, but anyway, he's total gangster pimp, gangster rapper, or gangster producer, whatever. But it's very obvious. One thing is obvious about this episode is that dude, that African American, must die. They're gonna have to kill him. There's no way around it. Somebody like that, there's no reason with somebody like that. He's got to die. So I expect him to be murdered in the next episode or two. All right, the crazy mama, she's just as crazy as Betsy Bug and dangerous. Because when Rhonda comes back, Rhonda, is it Rhonda? No, Rhonda's dead. Rhonda can't come back. But she come back to us. She can come back to Andre, but Rhonda's dead. Anika brings the baby back to Lucius's house. So she's going to stay there. And this mother is in the kitchen and she comes and says awful things to her. But she's holding this butcher knife at the whole time that she's advancing on Anika and the baby. So there's obvious fear there. She's like very similar to the way she was when she had the knife cutting those cakes with Lucius. So I don't know what they're gonna do with Mama, but Mama's crazy as the bitchy bug. I don't know how you could even sleep in a house with somebody like that and around your child. So she's living there, and Rhonda's living there in the house. Okay, did I get it there, everybody? It's Andre, Bella, the baby Bella, Lucius. Lucius is going about business as usual. He's trying to launch this new streaming company. He's going to take over which is very similar to what was going on last season, because he had purchased a streaming company, or acquired a streaming company then. So now he's trying to, I guess, grow up this same streaming company, but none of the same people involved in it. And he's gambling with some guys in the very beginning of the thing, trying to get their rights. So tough guy stuff, some tough guy talk and whatever. So anyway, all in all, it's a good episode. There's lots of drama in this. I had the same complaint, and I don't want to start off on the wrong foot, but I don't like the way they rush these storylines. Though this girl, they didn't mention nothing about burying her, or I mean nothing about this girl Rhonda went flying out their window. They just went on by like there wasn't nothing. Nobody even mentioned that the girl was even killed. That's very sloppy. So, but I have high hopes for the series. I did want to come in here and do it tonight because I know everyone else is going to want to review it, and I want to be a part of the party. I don't want to be left behind. So I guess I'll watch everyone else's in the morning. But it started. Good night.